Hello, all. God darn it.
There we go.
There we go. Hello, all. Welcome to Hockey Tap Podcast.
I'm getting you that
Episode
dialing one.
221. I just posted
Yep.
225, and I was like, oh, okay. Anyways, I'm your host, Bill Dean. I'm here with two co-hosts. Shorts is about to join us, but we got Schwim and Steven. You can find us on Primetime Radio, courtesy of Sam Wu. I'm behind the glass, messing things up. Find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Apple and Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Please leave us a 5-star review if you'd be ever so kind. Boys, what are we drinking?
All right. Yeah, I mean, besides that camera stuff, you nailed the intro.
I usually do pretty well.
I'm proud of you.
After that.
Yeah.
I'm still going down my path, and I'm going to have Roku Gin tonight.
Ooh.
It's too shiny. Roku Gin.
So how many gins do you got in your wheelhouse right now?
How many do I have right now? Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 bottles.
Jesus.
No, 9. Sorry, 9 bottles.
Wow.
9, but I have technically I have 11 bottles because I have 2 more of one of the ones I have. So I have 3 of those.
How
total.
many do you have on the way?
No, I haven't ordered any. If that's what you're asking,
Should.
I should. My
really
Roku
should.
gin I had for the very first time in New Zealand. It is a New Zealand gin. However, it was sold to this Japanese company. So now it is bottled as crafted by Japanese artisans, which it kind of wasn't. But, anyway, I might have been told a lie by the bartender in New Zealand. I haven't looked
It's
into
quite
it.
possible that Esteban was
They
told
saw a real
fabrication.
sucker, and they're like, "We're going to tell this kid a tale."
Yeah.
Let me tell you a tale.
I'm drinking
A
it
tale
back
was
of the
called.
beer fridge that I found.
Yeah.
Back of the fridge beer or back of the beer
Yep.
fridge?
Back of the fridge beer.
Hey, that's a good one, though.
Yeah, it is good.
Stallion?
So I didn't even know
Yeah.
it was there. It was hiding. So I'm like, all right, I'll
Heck
take
yeah.
this. I've had this before.
You're
in here.
usually a much worse beer
Mhm.
drinker in the back of the fridge.
It's true.
All
Accident.
right. Courtesy of Frequentum and RAR, I have an American sour brewed with passion fruit, pineapple, and strawberry, and it is called Out of Order Self-Portrait.
I
It's got a-
noticed you conveniently left out the word lactose.
No. Right there, you jerk. Nothing.
I can't see
I don't
that.
know. I don't know if
Yeah,
I
you
believe
can
this.
too. Well, you can read that. That's absolutely readable.
All right, now I can. Okay.
What an a-hole.
They
Believe
misspelled
that.
lactose
Um,
included.
Well, let's get to what's on tap for today's episode. Schwimm's a jerk.
Jerk.
You can say it. Go ahead. Put an R rating on this
A
episode.
greasy. You're a
Cuckoo
greasy.
head.
Yeah.
You are a cuckoo head. Hell has frozen over, has it not?
I don't know. I'm
Just
not
pretty
entirely
bad.
sure what you're talking about with this.
Well, it's a little bit of everything, right? The world in general is just a funny place right now.
It's a
You
shit show,
have
yeah.
the Rangers
Well, I wouldn't
sucking
say
it
it's
up.
frozen over. I would say that we are currently in hell. And I guess it is pretty cold, so maybe you're right.
Well, that's what I
Oh,
liked.
you-
Is that just a little bit of both, right? Hell
I
is
forgot
frozen over,
to
it's cold
apologize
outside.
ahead of time.
Yeah,
Tampa's
he's on.
playing.
Schwimm's on Tampa watch.
Sorry.
Meanwhile,
Sorry,
hell, as
everybody.
in New Jersey, of the Devils fame, that's definitely froze over because they suck. They're a frozen
Yeah, but
popsicle.
I think you're misrepresenting the term here. Because like hell
No.
freezing over means is the same as like saying when
bad.
pigs fly.
It's like Buffalo making the playoffs. Hell is frozen over.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's bad. It's a bad thing.
I mean,
freezing.
not necessarily. I mean, something good can happen. You can be like I could say, I don't
Like
know.
I actually scored a
These
goal.
guys don't even give
Billy
me.
Yeah,
Billy's
yeah.
scored a
it's not
goal.
like
Yeah.
You guys are
If
giving me.
If Schwim comes and plays the game tomorrow and scores a hat trick, hell has frozen over.
Yes.
All right, I am giving you guys pod titles from now on. You guys, if it doesn't happen, I'm just have Sam Wu text you and be like, "Oh, What's the podcast
You
title?
allotted
And then
me
I'm
one pod
quickly,
title, and I gave it to you, and then I
you
never heard from
guys
you
are
again.
a bunch of jerks. No, I give you one,
maybe-
Steve, as one I expect you to keep going. If you
Why
don't
don't
like
you
the one
invite me
I
over
did dish out to
once
Sam
in a
Wu,
while?
you can then give your own opinions instead of just
Maybe we
ridiculing
can
me on
we
the
figure out
podcast.
Oh,
Trim,
Jesus.
can we figure out something that's happened in the last week where we can say that hell is frozen over? Like,
Absolutely.
did something
Well,
crazy
hockey
happen?
related.
Hockey related, yeah.
Yes.
So that this
Okay.
podcast title can actually be relevant.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. What is
We gotta think of something there.
Tampa winning 9
Uh,
games straight? That's
No,
hell is
I
freezing
mean,
over.
not really.
Dean, stop.
Well,
Just
no,
stop.
according to John Cooper, it is because John
Yeah, he
Cooper
made a
said that
funny
nine,
remark, yes.
nine. Yeah, what did he say? 10 is a streak.
said-
9 is a
He
fallacy.
said 9
or
is a
something?
fluke. 10 would be a
fluke.
streak.
That's right. So hell's freezing over.
No, stop it. If I had a
Your own
rolled
coach
up
said that.
newspaper right now, I'd hit you in the bridge of your nose.
I'd hit you with a book of soiled carpets.
Ironically,
Yeah.
if somebody can come up with something that happened in which to state hell is frozen over, then hell would be have frozen over because I
Did
can't
some
think of
guy
anything.
score his like? Did some guy score his like first goal of the season after playing 40 something games?
No, I was gonna say
That
like
would
did
be,
Brett Kulak score? No, he didn't
bonus?
score.
That would
Bonus
be
getting
like
hired?
hell is frozen over. This guy finally scored.
That's hell freezing
No.
over because he thought he was.
All right,
broke.
continue. We're gonna go ahead and ignore this pod title, and we're
How
gonna
about
keep going.
Broberg signing a $48 million contract with the worst team in the league
Redact this
No,
pod
that's
title.
just
and then get hurt?
kind of crazy.
All right. Well, now on, you guys are taking it. I don't care anymore.
I mean, I'm assuming you want to talk about how the Devils and the Rangers
Wait.
are both in
Boatload of ass.
purgatory right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just start right. The 9-0 drubbing that happened in New Jersey, and then you have the always awesome 10-2 loss for the New York Rangers, and both teams right now are about as bad as you can get. The best thing about this, because the Rangers, right? We were talking about possibly a wild card team, maybe the third in the Metro, but there was no real positive remarks about this team in the beginning of the season. The Devils, Stanley Cup contenders, number 1 team in the Metro, or at least vying for that seed.
Started
Like
hot, they had a huge
true-
win streak
yeah.
in the beginning of the
Big
season.
win streak, and all of a sudden their ace goes down, and they have just tanked and gotten drubbed on, and it's eerily similar to the New York Rangers of last year. With lots of promise, and all of a sudden they just implode. You have them
Oh, no.
putting Dougie Hamilton as a healthy scratch to trade him, and then say that you want to play all the young kids, and then on today's game they sit Simon Nemec for Dougie Hamilton,
Yeah.
which is extremely funny. And then they have the audacity. I think this was Sheldon Keefe. He has the audacity to say that he doesn't want to sit Luke Hughes because he's scared it would hurt his confidence for weeks. Yet you have the same exact young defenseman in Simon Nemec
Mhm.
that you would sit and not hurt his confidence for weeks. That is just these two
They're-
are going to get themselves fired. Him and Fitzgerald are
they're
going to get
shit show,
fired because
big
they're
time right
just
now.
too stupid.
Dougie's on
it's
his way
amazing.
out of there. He should be traded like any second now. He almost got traded to San Jose, but he nixed the deal.
He nixed
I
it.
would like to know.
And he was probably like, "Wow, I should have done that."
yeah, maybe now. Like I
I
wouldn't mind
probably
playing
not.
for San Jose, but
He's an older
Uh,
player who has a family, so I can't imagine
Yeah.
if he doesn't want to
That's-
uproot
I
his.
think that- I don't think
A
it
lot of it
was-
is going to be family based.
yeah,
I
I
know,
don't
I'm
think it
sure
was
he wants
team
to win.
related. Yeah,
Well, he wants to
but
win also, and San Jose's
Yeah,
not. I mean, they're not on the cusp of winning.
The teams
but
on his
they're
list.
better.
He has a 10-team list. The teams on his list. I don't think they can work a trade out, and they're trying to force him to like, hey, is there another team that's on your list or not on your list that we could possibly that you would accept a trade to? They're trying to work that out with him currently. That's
Yeah.
what I've heard. So I don't know.
He's got
It's very
Yeah.
strange.
how
He
much
gets scratched
longer
and
on his contract?
now he's playing, but
He's got.
I hope he doesn't
3
get hurt.
years? So he has 3 years left on his contract at $9 million per season.
Who got $9 million? Broberg.
No, he's Broberg has $9 million. He's got 2 more
9?
years after this at $9 million per him, Dougie. So 2 seasons, and if he's looking at the NHL standings and he's judging off of where he wants to go based off of that, Tampa doesn't have any cap space.
Yeah, they can't.
Carolina doesn't have cap space. Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota don't have cap space. Vegas Golden Knights don't have cap space. Oilers don't have. So like, if those are some of the teams on his list, he's going to have
Yeah.
to try to see if he can find an Anaheim or a San Jose or a Utah Mammoth, just a team that's kind of middle of the pack that might have some space that they can fit him under and see that goes. But
I'm
hey,
interested
the
to.
Devils
I
can.
don't think it's. I don't think they would do. Well, who knows if they just want to get rid of him? But Penguins have 13 million in cap space, and their defense kind of stinks.
Well,
so
you would
I'm
want
curious.
something with him, right? You would want a sweetener, wouldn't you?
I mean, it depends because he doesn't. So if they, so this is me just. I'm speaking hypotheticals. I haven't heard a damn
Yeah.
thing. So don't take anything that I'm saying. Take it all with a grain of salt.
Seriously.
Oh, we know you're the insider. We'll talk a little
right.
bit more for them later.
But like a trade like that. Like I don't like it, with the exception of Erik Karlsson. Like I think every one of those defensemen can go, but Dougie Hamilton wouldn't fit the mold as to like what Dubas is trying to do. Like a Chinikov is what Dubas is trying to do. So that's why that trade makes sense. Bringing in an older guy with terms still left on his contract, is something more of a win now team would try to do instead of a team that's kind of trying to be competitive, trying to make the playoffs, but at the same time trying to do the soft rebuild. Is the words I've been using for the last like 2 years or whatever. The soft rebuild. That being said, I think he could help them this season. And they actually, with the exception of Harrison Brunick, who had his troubles when he came up here and now he's sent back to juniors, there's not much in the pipeline for the Penguins as far as defense goes. So if they want to stay competitive under, which they do, they want to stay competitive under Crosby's contract. It looks like, I think Hamilton, you said, has 3 more years?
2 more after this.
2 more. So that's around, Crosby's contract. Whether or not they need someone like him, they have Karlsson to run the power play. If they want to make him
he's a lot like
a power
Letang.
play 2 guy. Yeah, and he's not that like he's not as much of a Letang has become a liability almost at this point.
Yeah.
And I don't think Hamilton's that. I still think he's a very serviceable defensive minded defenseman. I don't want to say defensive defenseman, but I don't know. It would be somebody. It would be interesting. Pittsburgh needs to upgrade their decor. What they really need is a left-handed defenseman more than a right-handed. But if nothing's available and they need to upgrade this defense, I mean, Brett Kulak just isn't it. So I'd be interested to see if any rumors start to pop along with that. But it kind of, that being said, I doubt it because it doesn't really match what Dubas is trying to do.
Yeah.
And don't expect like the Devils aren't going to get, like, you're trading Hamilton to get rid of him. Like, don't expect to get pieces back. That's literally just 100% salary dump.
Yeah, and if you take salary back, maybe you'd get something. But if you just give the full contract up, you might have to give something with him. Like,
yes,
the Devils fans are going to think that they're going to get something of worth value. You're either going to have to add, or you're going to have to significantly take on some contract too.
Yeah, you're going to take a bad contract. So you could potentially take, one bad contract for another bad contract. I don't know what that is, or retain. Contract. Yeah, right. So which I assume is going to happen no matter what. But the trade market is weird because it seems like some guys have value that can be traded, and then there's just nothing there. So it's a matter of who's looking for what, and I don't know what the Hamilton market's looking like. We're approaching the trade deadline because we had the whole Olympic break. So it's going to come faster than we think.
Another roster freeze.
There's going to be a mini trade deadline right before the Olympics. I think you're going to see some moves because people are going to want to try to get guys in early over the break and gives them some time practicing with some players. And then you're also going to get obviously the true deadline, which would be in March. Steven, I got a couple lefty defensemen if you're listening because the New York Rangers are going to be selling. I could see, and then obviously this happened after we got off the air, but we had Shesterkin, who was on on injured reserve. He's probably going to be out, close to 2 to 4 weeks. And then you have our arguably second best player in Adam Fox, who is on LTIR and will be out through probably the Olympic break.
Did they say what happened to
So
him?
that's just a lower body injury. They think he tweaked
yeah.
something right before overtime, and both just are death blows to a team that was already on life support. And I think the only thing left to do is to sell. And they've already kind of talked with Panarin about what he wants to do with his contract, and apparently he wants 5 to 6 years as a 35-year-old, and he's going to want $10 million a year, and that's just not
10.
in the cards for the Rangers. And if that's the case, and he does not want to sign a Kopitar sweetheart deal, trade him.
There's no way.
Find what teams he wants to work with, and send him out. And if that happens, then to me it's a fire sale. Everything that's not nailed down, everything not named Shesterkin, Fox, and some of the rookies, see you later. You're not gonna be able to trade, unfortunately, Zib or Miller, unless you piss them off enough. But Panarin and Sam Carrick and Johnny Brodzinski, some depth pieces. Vincent Trocheck's an interesting name because you're probably going to piss off Miller if you trade him, but he's probably the most valuable on our team. Third line center that makes $5 million plus per year. He's got 2 more years on his deal. He obviously does everything. He can put up points, but he's reliable defensively, and he would be a good ad for a lot of contenders. Will Borgen, see you later. Brady Schneider, Carson Soucy. So, Steve, if you need a lefty, let's have him and Earl Vakanainen. Yeah. Look, Jonathan Quick, if someone wants him for a playoff run and they're a playoff team and they want something with, a little bit of playoff experiences as your backup.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I love Quickie, but and obviously it's up to him because he wanted to come to the Rangers. He lives in Connecticut. He wanted to settle down here. So that's completely up to him.
Yeah.
But everything else,
I don't know how much interest he has really in chasing the cup just not for the sake of chasing a cup. Because they just signed him he has 1 more year after this?
No, this is it.
Or 2.
You should go to Ottawa.
This is.
I mean, Carolina would, that would kind of make sense. Carolina's goaltending is who the hell knows at this point, but they're also another team. They're a poor man's Edmonton when it comes to goaltending. They don't upgrade. They just kind of rely on who they have, and I don't think who they have has been quite as poor as Edmonton has been. But
I mean, he'd be great in Edmonton as the backup.
The only problem is they still have too many goalies.
Yeah.
Like if Kochekov is done, right? He's done for the year.
Yeah.
So they're finally rolling 2 goalies instead of 3 like they have been.
Yeah, and one of them
is 2 years.
Friggin' Mr. Glass, Freddie Anderson.
Yeah.
I got another team.
He can go down in a friggin' wind gust at any moment.
I got another team, and it makes a ton of sense. They are playoff bound and a little bit of familiarity, but how about the LA Kings?
I doubt it.
Anton Forsberg, Darcy Kemper are the 2 guys there.
Is he going to want
I think that's
for his final run. He goes home. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly I don't think he's going anywhere. But I can see the appeal there. I do agree with you. I think Trocheck's the only thing that's going to get you real bodies and picks and stuff. I mean, Panarin would get you, some picks, but he's not. But he's a rental. You got to think about that. Unless there's a sign and trade, something along those lines.
Which could happen
or
because
a handshake,
they want to work with
or handshake,
whatever team he wants to go to.
Right.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen with Panarin. He's going to pick the team, and they're going to then go from there and try to work out whatever they can with that team.
The problem is, though, also is that whoever he wants to go to has got to have the cap space to fit him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's prorated, so
that's what they got to. Yeah, well, that's what
the Rangers. The Rangers would probably. I mean, he's a UFA at the end of this year, so the Rangers would probably easily eat 50%. Of that.
Half easily. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just get rid of him.
He'll get the same deal that Marchand got, which is right. It's a second that could become a first if they make so many rounds in the playoffs or whatever.
Yeah, conditional.
Yeah, but Trocheck could get a first and a prospect and a good prospect because the term and just what he is, because he could play second line if you need him to, and he's an awesome defensively reliable center. So
middle six, middle
Yeah.
6 for him.
Listen,
But and he's got the leadership. He's got the face-off prowess.
Yep.
It's a lot of appeal to Trocheck.
Yeah. I like him a lot. I want him to stay here, but it's just not in the cards. This team needs a full on reframe, and it's it sucks. But Steven, your Pittsburgh Penguins, a little bit of a milestone. Mr. Sidney Crosby, the new assist leader, and the second overall in terms of assists with one team, trailing over one Bobby Orr. No, sorry, one Ray Bork.
Gordie Howe, I think.
No, I thought
was it Ray Bork?
I thought it was a Bruin. Did I mess that up?
I thought it was Gordie Howe.
I probably messed it up.
Detroit. But he's within. I think.
Ray Bork. That was right. He passed Wayne Gretzky 1,086 with Edmonton, and he trails only Ray Bork with 1,111 with Boston.
So how many assists is he behind?
He is 26.
Yeah, so he should probably beat that this season.
This year, yeah.
Barring injury.
You talked about Gordy. How about Sergei Fedorov? Did you see his entrance for his retirement ceremony?
I did not.
No.
He comes in through the Zamboni in a Ferrari and gets wheeled around the ice. And yeah, I mean, Sergei Fedorov, he deserved this number retiring a long time ago. Obviously, there was some bad blood with, him signing the offer sheet with Carolina and everything that kind of happened after that. But finally, he gets his number in the rafters. Obviously, a Hall of Famer, one of the better two-way centers we've ever watched. He's the only player in the NHL history to win the Hart and Selke in the same season, because he was just that damn good at both ends of the ring.
He's arguably the best Russian
two-way center
to ever play. Not even two-way center, just the best Russian player. I mean, you ask Obi, right? And you ask just about every single Russian player that exists right now who the best Russian player is, and they almost universally say Sergei Fedorov.
Yeah, he loved Sergei Fedorov growing up. And yeah, he played obviously with Ovechkin when he first came in the league. And yeah, Fedorov is an absolute beast and well-deserved.
Thank you.
What else do we have? The construction resuming at the Milan Olympic hockey rink at full speed. They still have no dressing rooms.
The dressing rooms are completely. Yeah. It's like it's a skeleton.
Shells.
It's skulls.
Up. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Some players played on the ice. Yeah,
how?
Yeah, there's still holes going into.
Was there any report about how this happened? How did we get to this point where they just started construction on an ice rink 6 months before the Olympics, when they've known they were hosting for 10 years?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does this happen? But they were it looks like the rink's going to be fine to play on. You have the women and the men both playing on there. There's no practice rink, right? So you have the women's tournament and the men's tournament. I don't know how the scheduling is and how it's spaced out, so I can't say anything. I haven't looked that up. So I thought that hockey is just they play at the same time. And each sport basically is played at the same time, men's and women's, and they don't really split it up, but I could be wrong.
No,
it almost seems like they have to, right? Women's has to be first. Yeah, it has to be almost split because there's one rink for the entire damn tournament. But I just
there's gonna be 2 to 3 games a day.
But it seemed like the Olympic Committee and Italy were just well, you know what? If it's not ready, I guess we're just not having hockey. And they were just totally cool. Just well, I guess we're just not going to play hockey. So it's just, no big deal.
Boom!
So I don't know if if hockey was just we should probably tell Schwim that taking off the headset does not nullify your screaming
help at all.
No.
Yeah. It does almost the exact opposite, because then you throw it down.
That's a big goal, though. 30 seconds left in the period. That's a big goal.
Good job, Schwim. And F Philly.
Really? F the Flyers.
Yeah, anyway, so should still be interesting to see how. I have a feeling the ice is going to be just wretched. So there could be.
Well, they said, so at the end of each period, it was getting snowy and wet. And then there's one place there was just a large hole that they had to fill in during the period with buckets of ice and water.
Yeah.
And listen, the NHL players don't care. They're going to go and they're going to play because they want this
It could be-
so very
Yeah.
It could be
badly.
in quick
They
stands.
play
they're
in an
going to play
outdoor
on,
rink. Yeah,
They've been
they
waiting for
play
so
in a
long for this.
parking lot. Yeah, so they're going to play no matter what. It just, I think that the NHL is going to hold this over the IHF for, I'm sorry, not the IHF, the IOC for quite a while, and they're going to get back at them for this because they had the wool pulled over their eyes, right? Saying all these different amenities they'd have for the NHL players. Like some of the teams don't even have rooms to go and
There's no
have
dressing rooms.
meetings in. Yeah.
You can't do
No,
anything.
I meant so at the hotels. There's hotel spaces for the players, but there's no like community rooms for these teams. So they can't just go and be a team together somewhere. They have to go off site or go somewhere else to do all this, and that's craziness.
This isn't always. I mean, this seems particularly bad, but this isn't abnormal. Like you see this with
No,
the
it's
Olympics
the
every year,
IOC.
and you also see it with the World Cup, and
Yeah.
and conditions with that. And I mean, it's never going to be investigated, but like you look at the World Cup, for instance, I'm pretty sure there's still a skeleton of a stadium still in the Brazilian jungle right now, in the
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Just like they come in, they build these monstrosities, and then they're just never used again.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Milan has planned for this arena. I mean, hopefully they can keep it, and maybe they'll have some more interest in the sport or something in Italy or whatever they're going to use it for. But who the hell knows? Who knows? What a mess, though.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Brazil Amazon.
Hockey seems pretty popular
stadium.
Olympic sport. I know that like the U.S., Canada, and like some of the. I mean, it's more than just like those top 4 countries are super serious about ice hockey, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe there's just not as much worldwide interest for all the countries that are represented in the Winter Olympics, and they just don't care. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you have, NatWall. I mean, you never really had U.S. attention because the hockey was such a low, televised rated sport for so long.
Yeah.
As far as the major sports goes, they were always at the bottom. There's a little more now, but now that there's this, Canada-U.S. rivalry, you might have more people too. Of course, you can have the entirety of Canada tuning in, but I don't know. Maybe
what's the time
there's
difference
just not as
over
much
there?
interest.
Like how
as we
early
thought.
are these games going to be?
Early, probably 3, 4 a.m.
I think it's 5 years or 5 years, 5 hours.
5 years ahead of us.
Yeah, 5
Damn.
years
Can
ahead
we
of
go
us, yeah.
5 years ahead?
5
They
hours.
still won't have the rink ready. Give them another 5 years.
Yeah, maybe. So for the Brazil stadiums, 7 out of the 12 stadiums in Brazil used for the FIFA World Cup in 2014 have since been used more than predicted by Play the Game in the 2012 study. But the other 5, including the one in the jungle, have not been used.
Yeah,
And yeah,
they cleared
It's-
and let's be real here. They cleared out forest
rainforest and animals. Yeah,
for this.
So the
But also, let's
animals
be real. That's
get it
not.
back now? They're living there.
That's not. I mean, I don't think there's anything there. So yeah, I guess I think I saw Real Sports, and it's been years since that's been on. A Real Sports on it, and it was pretty much overgrown. So who knows what the hell it looks like now? But like I said, let's be real. The stadium building isn't the reason for deforestation in the Amazon. I think we all
No.
know it is.
yeah, Arena de Amazonia, and yeah, it's overgrown. It's sad. It really is just sad.
Like
Yeah,
post-apocalyptic.
IOC and FIFA are the 2 most pathetic organizations in all of sport, and
I don't know, pathetic, corrupt, for sure. FIFA
Well,
so significantly more
so
than the
corrupt,
Olympic Committee, but yeah, I mean, not to say that the Olympic Committee is not corrupt, but like FIFA is, geez, forget about it.
They created a freaking peace prize for the stupid ass president. The dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
yeah,
Yeah,
What a joke.
yeah, yep.
What the hell they call it?
The
The
FIFA,
FIFA,
Peace Prize.
Is that what it was?
FIFA.
Literally,
just
it's
FIFA
called the
Peace Prize?
FIFA Peace Prize. Yeah,
Ay.
Yeah,
and
FIFA
they're not gonna make another one next year. I don't even know where the next World Cup
They'll
is.
have the next year, and he'll win it every single year.
Or that, yeah.
Unless
Unless
all
he's
right.
no longer.
Yeah, we'll see. Dean Evison was fired as Columbus coach, and he was replaced by Rick Bowness.
Former Tampa Bay Lightning
So
coach.
listen, they're just not overall, wow names, and you're not really going to see that. I like Columbus as a young team, but they're still a little ways away from being a playoff team, and I think Evison,
Yeah.
got a little short on this one. You had a couple of contract extensions. We talked about Broberg, Blake Lizotte, 3 years, $6.75 million deal.
I love that. Love it. I love Blake Lizotte.
It's a good ad.
With the exception of like Sidney Crosby, Brian Rust, and Raquel, Lizotte is probably my favorite player on that team.
I smell a player T in the future.
He's one of those drag you into the fight type players. Just a little water bug out there.
You better not do anything tomorrow. You better be a nice boy.
He better. When that fourth line scores a point or scores a goal, obviously a point. When they score, or I guess it's a point, whatever the hell it is, but they're like 12-1-4 or something. When that fourth line is, I don't. There's not a whole lot I can say great about the Penguins. They had a nice 6-game winning streak. They had a lousy 2-game losing streak. I mean, I guess they could have gotten blown out in both games, but being outscored 3-1 and losing both games in regulation, 2 games, being outscored 3-1 and losing both in regulation is also unacceptable.
Yeah. Let's get a little bit of standings action. Eastern Conference. We have. Did I see Shorts guy said he was coming on? Oh, he's ready. Hold on, Shorts. I'm bringing you in.
Final thoughts with SG.
Yeah.
Hey.
There he is.
There we go. Hey.
Hey, do you want to talk about that hell is frozen over and that Dean doesn't know what the phrase means?
What a dick.
I heard you guys talking about FIFA being corrupt. Never heard about FIFA being corrupt at all.
No.
Nope. Yeah. It's brand new to everybody.
Never. Yeah, right. It's and you guys are talking about that the stadium in the Amazon that was all dilapidated at this point. I mean, there's whole web pages dedicated to all the infrastructure built for Olympic Games and World Cups that just goes completely unused immediately afterwards, despite the organizations claiming, "Oh, this is going to be good for local people. It's going to be good for blah blah." It's and as much as I love the premise of wanting to bring these big events to areas to try to build them up. The problem is once they leave, they don't do anything else. So while I understand the premise,
the country is left not being able to maintain it either.
Exactly. Like the premise, I like. It's full of wigs. It's the premise is great. It's just in practice, it just hardly ever works. And I hate to say it, but that's why you have to have these big events and countries like ours that have the infrastructure already in place.
Yeah, and we didn't need to build anything. All we had to do is replace turf with grass. But even that was a lot to ask.
We should replace turf with grass.
Yeah, we should in general, but turf is cheaper, so they're never gonna. Yeah, the owners of the facilities are never gonna agree to that because why would they lose money?
You're exactly. The problem is then you wind up looking at how many man games are lost to turf. Like Giant Stadium has the worst turf.
Yeah, but do you think they do not care? I mean, they're still, the tickets are selling. No one cares. None of them care. It's whatever is going to make them the most money. They don't care about the success. They care about like asses and seats and ticket prices, and that's it. That is it. And as low of an overhead as you can have as far as maintaining your stadium. It's a shame because I want grass. And I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you that the turf should not be, especially with football. It's less. It's not as bad with soccer. You don't see those major knee injuries and joint injuries in soccer as much because there's not that.
But you see Achilles,
that aggressive
Yeah.
Do you see Achilles injuries? Because you don't, because the cuts aren't that powerful. Like in football, it's just like you're banging all that, and you have so much more
Yeah.
body weight down into the turf at such an impact, and you don't really get that in
Mhm.
soccer. Soccer is just mostly straightforward, and if there's jukes, they're not that violent. It's whereas football is,
So
so
I don't know.
you see a lot more in
I've
football
seen
than
some
soccer.
violent guys rolling around on the ground in soccer games.
Yeah, you sure. Well, yeah. If you if you gauge it off the reaction, then soccer's the most violent sport on the planet.
No, nothing
I
is
know,
better than that Key and Peele skit where he where he does he's pretending he's hurt and he actually dies and goes to heaven and comes back and still scores. If you haven't seen that
uh,
skit, look that up. It's so friggin'
I think
funny.
you just watch Key and Peele because it's hilarious.
It is, and it's like
The,
that's. I mean, we're talking soccer, but watch that
Yeah.
skit. It's freaking great.
so one of the things I do remember is that when Thierry Henry was with the Red Bulls, he would never play in stadiums with turf. The only one he would attempt to play would be in Portland because Portland has made their stadium soccer-specific turf, whereas like Seattle, New England, places like that are football-specific turf, and he would never play on those turf fields ever, and it was because of his an Achilles injury.
Yeah, I guess.
So
yeah.
it's
I mean, I don't know what the
I would
difference is, but
I do
I
believe
would
though that
prefer to play on grass than turf. Turf
I'm
seemed
sure
really
I've
cool back when we were in high school, but not so much anymore.
the I know like the Premier League has
It hurts when you fall. Everything is rug
yeah, like
burn.
the Premier League has a rule where they have to be artificial, or excuse me, it has to be real grass, not artificial.
Well, I think it's
So
pretty universal, right? For all the that's why they're making them change all of the fields to grass, these stadiums to
yeah,
grass,
and
right?
there are only a few
I don't
lower
know how this turned
league.
into a soccer podcast.
I don't know either, but
Yeah,
here we
change the
are. But
title.
there's only a few lower league one. Well, because hell is frozen over. That's why.
Hell is frozen
Field
over.
is
It's a
frozen over.
soccer
Field is frozen
podcast.
over. The
Um,
pitch,
Oh,
the
goodness
pitch is
gracious.
frozen over.
The pitch has frozen over, but yeah,
The
there's only a
system is
couple
down
lower
also.
league. The system.
Yes.
Check the email. The email.
Oh
For
god!
those of you
now
who
it's-
don't
As
know
soon
what
as
the
you
hell we're
came on,
talking about,
as soon as you came on this podcast, we went completely off the rails.
And it became
Oh.
much more fun. Just admit it. It
I think
became much more
I think
fun.
we learned something today. As we learned what hell is frozen over means, and we also learned that maybe we should,
and that
delegate this
dogs lay
podcast in
eggs.
different ways. Yeah, and
Bunch
anyway,
of jerks.
let's on we go,
Uh,
onward. What were we talking about?
What
anyway,
were we
before
talking
soccer happened?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
You guys,
Stay
Billy
out of
Dean was
my
about
booth.
to get into something new.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
else is
Shorts,
on
do
the
you really
agenda?
quickly want to give us a recap of your Devils from a Devil's perspective?
Oh
Anything you
my
wanna
God.
say?
I don't even know at this point. It's a mess.
Sell the team? Relocate?
Bring
First
your
of all, we're not
brooms,
gonna relocate.
'cause it's a mess.
Yeah, we're not gonna be relocated because the league won't relocate a team that's won a cup. That's first thing. Second, I would love to not be under the ownership group that we were with because they've got their fingers on so many sports teams and all they care about is the bottom dollar.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
if we had local ownership, I would love that. Like I would love the ownership group that Steven, that your Penguins are under with the Fenway Group
FSG?
because they
Well,
will.
it's not Fenway anymore.
Oh no, it's not. Nothing is official.
Well,
The
I thought it was
sale,
already.
'Cause I-
sale. No, sale's not finalized. It still has to go through. Sorry, Shorts Guide, but the sale still has to go.
okay.
So there's to keep it brief. I think it's unlikely that this sale goes through because I don't think the league is going to approve of it because that's what it's waiting on. Because the I can't remember the guy who's from the Chicago who is putting in the bid, but they don't
Yeah,
think
the
he
Hoffman
has
family.
enough. The Hoffman family. They don't think they alone have the funding to maintain a hockey team. So it's, I think, probably unlikely that this goes through. And that was
because the
why
NHL
there
even-
was like, That was why there was rumors that Lemieux would go in with the Hoffmans on this purchase, so they can have some more collateral when it comes to like running the team. But if he doesn't have like don't get me wrong, the Hoffmans are very rich, but they aren't
Yeah.
like purchase a hockey team rich. So that is why that I don't think they're going to trust that this purchase is going to go well, because the league does not want another Arizona where they have to keep funding
Yeah.
on the outside to try and keep the team alive. Anyway,
Because I
continue.
was looking at
yeah,
the
you could,
I was just looking at the NHL article, and it said a definitive agreement for the Hoffmans to acquire
well,
controlling interest.
it's an
of the
agreement, but
Penguins.
it still has to go through the league.
Doesn't mean
And the
it's-
league, I don't
yeah.
think the
Yeah.
league's going to approve it. So
Listen,
it's
if
still,
FSG
that's still pending.
if FSG still wants to be in the NHL, they're more than welcome to buy the Devils. Because I've
It
seen what
sounds like
FSG
they
is.
wouldn't, right? They really didn't. They weren't here for very long.
They
No,
weren't,
5
but I've
years.
seen what they've done with Liverpool, and it's been phenomenal. So,
But
4 years.
I
also,
would love to
yes,
see
that's
that.
that's been great. So that aside, you have to look at just have. I don't think that they did. I don't think that they necessarily ran the Penguins poorly. I can't really think of much that they did that really was a detriment to the team. And they were all in with Dubas. They let Dubas do what he wanted
Yeah.
to do. They let him spend the money that he wanted to do. So I think that they were good in that aspect. My opinion of why I wouldn't trust them is that they bought. Granted, I don't remember the numbers, but they bought the team for X amount and then
Mhm.
made it more valuable and then sold it at, I think, close to double, if not definitely, certainly more than 50% of what they purchased it for profit. So I'm not crazy about it. Some
Makes you
ownership group
skeptical.
coming in, buying the team, and then bailing when it's a little more profitable. I'm not crazy about that. So I mean, I know they've done great things with Liverpool's, but I don't. I mean, I imagine that they're out of the NHL at this point.
Okay. But I would welcome any local ownership because
Yeah.
I don't like.
Somebody who's
I,
more in
I,
tune with it, like who can give you guys more freedom, can
well,
give any sort of
yeah.
reporter more freedom, right? Because you guys don't have any
Oh
reporters
yeah.
that go into.
No, we have team paid reporters, and I would rather put them in quotes saying they're reporters because they're just mouthpieces of the team. They control the narrative.
Yeah, bootlickers.
It's
They just tell you what they want.
pretty much,
What
yeah.
the team wants you to hear is what they're going to tell you and what they're going to report.
Exactly. And up until what we're seeing now with Fitzgerald, which I thought he was really, really great, but now we're seeing kind of like all these no movement clauses are just screwing us at this point.
Yeah.
You know, with Dougie Hamilton being a healthy scratch last night and his agent coming out and saying that they're looking at the list, like it's just not good. It's not good. And right now, both the goalies don't look like they can, they're both off their game, which if one's off his game and the other one's not, that's fine. But they're both off their game right now. It's just, and we can't score. We cannot score.
I don't know how well it
winning
was
tonight,
to put
though.
all your eggs. Yeah, 1-0 right now against Minnesota. So,
Yeah,
but, I mean,
right now, yeah, but
yeah. But I didn't like. I wasn't crazy. Like I think Markstrom is a fine goaltender. I think Jake Allen is a fine goaltender. But I'm not crazy about
old.
putting all your eggs into your basket with two old goalies. You know,
That's
and
the
I
thing,
know that
it was-
they didn't have much of a choice because they acquired
there were no
Allen
options.
to be a complement to Markstrom, and now you've had Markstrom there for a little while, and now they're aging. They're 30. What are they? 35, 34, and 35, or 35, 35, 36,
Yeah,
something like that, right?
35.
They're all in the mid 30s, and you're not going to get like neither of them are going to get better at this point. I mean, that's just
Mhm.
the reality of aging and the reality of the position is that what they are is what they are, and
Yeah.
you kind of have to figure out how to balance that.
I feel like what they were hoping for at Markstrom was kind of like a Bobrovsky type situation, where at 36 he finally wins the cup and then he wins it again next year in two in a row. So I think that's what they're hoping for. But Markstrom, Brooke and I have talked about it. Like Markstrom looks like he's definitely someone that's He's your typical goalie head case. Where he plays with a lot of passion, but he can get knocked off his game quite quickly. And I don't know what the hell's wrong with their goalie coach, but they're not preventing him from going down because he's beat up high consistently over and over and over again. Kind of like what was that? Jari was always beaten up high.
Yeah, the glove side. That was
it's that glove side high on Markstrom. It's just he seems to be beaten there. But when Markstrom's on, he's on. And I love his passion. And he's into the game, but it's just right now, it's just our whole team is a freaking disaster right now. And
I do not like that he was left in for all 9 goals at all.
I was unable to watch it last Tuesday because I had ski club for the first.
So the only thing with that,
I would like to rewatch that game unless he asked to stay in. But I know that Keefe has very rarely pulled a goaltender, and maybe less than 5 times if it wasn't for injury.
Did they have a game the next night or something?
No, they weren't back to back. No, they were playing.
So
they were playing Thursday. That was a Tuesday. They lost 9-0. They were playing Thursday against the Penguins. That was what was confusing because it wasn't like a rest thing. Where your other goalie's playing the next day.
The only thing that came to my mind when I realized that it was Markstrom in for all 9 goals was that last game that Patrick Roy played for the Montreal Canadiens where he wasn't pulled, and then he just went to the GM, trade me right now. That came to my mind, but unless Markstrom didn't want to be pulled or requested not be pulled, I have no idea. But I know that Keefe,
like St. Louis, they couldn't find the backup.
Yeah, well, that I mean, that was Montgomery. Montgomery came out and said that there was just like I guess it was just some kind of miscommunication, but there really wasn't any like defiance by Binnington or whatever. But just the absolute the best part about all of that was Hofer peeking around the wall in the back.
Yes, just like looking around.
That was the best part. Like he wasn't just like standing there looking; he's just like literally
just like peering out from the wall. Yeah. That was great.
Oh man, I don't care. It was a miscommunication. That shot in and of itself, fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah. But yeah, Devils are a mess. They're winning now, but a change needs to be made. Dougie Hamilton's guy. It looks like Dougie Hamilton's the guy on the way out, but
that's the other thing. Dougie Hamilton, is he been your biggest free agent addition in the last 10 years? Probably. Free agent addition.
Meyer came over in a trade.
Free agents see that.
A lot was kind of, but Dougie was the biggest, yes.
But free agents notice this, right? The guy that came there, who actually made it a point to sign in New Jersey, is now the whipping boy for this team. And he is. You sat him because you're looking to trade him.
Yeah.
Free agents will notice that. Players will notice that.
I don't know. I think players have an opinion about I think players just basically. Sorry, real quick, short guy, before you go. I think they have an opinion about wherever they're going, regardless of anybody else's experience. Like it's it's the city, so it's whether or not they want to play in the venue. Because with your logic, Dean, I don't think anybody should sign or would want to sign in New York because of the way they've handled almost every single player that they've ever had in the last 30 years.
Organization,
right?
I guess, is a little different, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but they want to play there because it's MSG. It's New York. They love the city. They like the venue. So that's why they go there. It's it's big. So I think that's more of a factor than the fact that whatever they're doing with Dougie Hamilton. I don't think they're handling this situation particularly well, but now he's playing tonight. So I don't have any freaking idea what exactly is happening with the Devils management of the players.
I said this shorts guide to these guys before, but you have Keefe come out and say that he doesn't want to sit Luke Hughes because it will hurt his confidence for weeks, is the phrase he used. But literally, he's sitting Simon Nemec, who's the same age, and he doesn't care about his confidence. So it's just altogether, it's a ridiculous situation. You guys are the Rangers of last year.
So
it's fantastic.
So with what Keefe said, I mean, I don't know the players and their personalities, but I would assume that Keefe does. So that would be something, because Billy Dean, you've coached for a long time. You know that certain players.
It's the name on the back of the jersey is what it is.
So it very well could be, but it also very well could be he knows the players better than you or I do.
Well, then you're saying that
you know-
then you're calling Hughes soft. If you don't think
Hughes
he can take a benching,
Luke Hughes needs the AHL in
he
a
needs
bad
to
way.
sit. Yeah.
He
So
needs to develop.
I have to give.
And I like. Sorry, just real quick. I like young defensemen, especially being able to make a mistake
Get seasonal.
at the professional level and learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fine with that type of development. But I do think, that being said, I do think that Luke's being forced into this lineup when I think there might be a better path for him in the minor leagues, getting a little bit more in the minors, getting top minutes, because he projects to be a top pairing guy. So he should
it's selling too.
He should get 20 plus minutes down in the AHL for an extended period of time, potentially running a power play too, and then coming up. So I don't think that's being managed very well at this point, but at the same time, like I said,
here's the thing with Luke. Luke was looking phenomenal until Brett Pesce got hurt and went out. His pairing with Brett Pesce was it did wonders for him. It
It's a
changed
hit
his
from behind. Are you fucking
completely.
kidding me?
Yeah. So Brett Pesce changed Luke's game for the better.
Yeah.
And then when Brett Pesce went out, Luke looked lost. What I did not like one bit is that game that Luke had against the Hurricanes I think it was last week.
2 goals.
He just had a crap game, and 2 goals went in off of him.
Yeah.
I do not agree that the Devils fans at that point booed him every time he touched the puck. That I don't agree with one bit, because the kid's young, the kid's going to make a mistake.
Yeah.
But what I do like is that he made himself available for post-game questions after that game. And he took questions. And they were not easy questions. But the other thing I did like too, they were Jake Allen was up first after that game, and he stood up for Luke.
He took the blame.
And then Nico Hischier, who was not technically available. I guess they have a rotation who was available or whatnot. He just stood up and basically said, "Hey, I'm going to paraphrase, but he basically said, hey guys, the kid's a young guy. He's going to make mistakes. We all stand behind him." So I really thought the Devils as a team did well with that.
They did. I agree.
As far as the players themselves, I'm not talking about the franchise.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the players themselves really kind of surrounded him. But I would have to amend, and then Simone Nemec has been hot and cold the whole time.
And injured.
And, it's, again, Billy Dean, you coached for a long time, just like I did. Sometimes, that one player will respond to a benching better than another player.
You got fragile kids and not fragile kids, yeah. Listen, I just think that they should send him to Iowa. Send him to Iowa for a couple weeks, let him get his head straight, and then
Utica?
You can go from there. Shorts guy got it.
Is Iowa the ECHL?
Iowa is the
Iowa is the Wild
team.
AHL.
Oh, I get you.
The
Okay.
Wild's
It's not going
AHL
to
team.
Iowa.
Yeah.
I got you.
Shorts guy
So it
got it
seems
right
like
away. I like that. Good job, Shorts.
It seems like the Devils players are saying all the right things, and no one's really one's doing it. I think.
And we've all been on teams where no matter how much we wanted to do better, we just could not get out of our own way.
Yeah.
And that seems
Well,
to be where the Devils are right now.
You got to fire the coach.
Let's do this
That's
quickly.
reality.
Eastern.
I've been wondering if they've been trying to play to get him fired.
Yeah.
I don't think that exists, but I hope it doesn't exist. But
you would hope.
At this point, if the players all got each other's backs and they're saying the right things and they can't figure out why they can't do it on the ice, you got to fire the coach.
That's the coach.
You can't fire the entire team. You got to fire the coach.
Yeah.
And stop scapegoating like Dougie Hamilton.
Yeah,
but it's like when you have a bad boss. It's like when you have a bad boss, you want that boss gone.
Yeah.
All right, Eastern Conference quickly. Metro Carolina's in the lead, 59 points. They lead the Eastern Conference in total. Islanders, Flyers behind them. In the Atlantic, you have Schwimm's 9-win streak Fluke, Tampa Bay Lightning sitting second
Yeah.
behind Detroit. They have 3 games in hand. Montreal sits in third. Wild card Buffalo and Washington Capitals, and then you have the rest of the league. Columbus is last. Rangers are also, and the Devils are in the pits. Western Conference, Colorado still bulldozing everyone, 73 points. Dallas and Minnesota tied at 61. You got the Pacific, Vegas, Edmonton, and the San Jose Sharks. Matt Celebrini possibly in the contention for the Hart Trophy right now. He's been fantastic. Kraken, Kings, Canucks are the worst in
Just went up on the
Yep,
Rangers.
3-2. Yeah, I know. I'm watching. Thank you, Stephen. I appreciate that one. I want them to lose. I want them to lose. So I need a number 1 pick again.
Hey,
You're not
Seattle's
giving
been
a number
really
1
good
pick.
also.
Yeah, they'll flail.
It's
Um,
very well. They could. They could.
They could. They are that bad. Nathan McKinnon and Connor McDavid, 78 points each. Macklin Celebrini, 70. Wedgwood and Blackwood leading in save percentage. They're doing awesome. All right, goals against, and we're going to get out of here. Plus minus. So what is your favorite plus minus stat? Would it be that
minus.
Nathan
I only want
McKinnon's
the minus.
Yeah,
No,
Nathan
I don't
McKinnon
care.
being plus
We only want the
plus
minus.
I don't
48.
care how impressive that is. No, I don't care about that. I want to know what the minus is.
Minus.
Unfortunately, our boy Brock Besser, friend of the
Brock
podcast,
Besser.
minus 20, minus 23. Him and Braden Shen. Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
just
Even at
pathetic.
minus 23, I would take Brock Besser on Toothless any day of the week.
Oh man,
Oh,
what a
yes.
fucking save by Vladar. God damn it.
Jesus
This guy
Christ.
coming in hot, man. What a jerk! Not to get this
Wow.
rated R. You are
Yep,
such a
seriously.
jerk.
Seriously.
What a
I've
shrimp.
never seen somebody so on edge on
yeah,
a 4-1
on
lead.
when is yes, that guy
You're winning
is just
4
he's
to
a
1?
piece of work.
4-1,
Yes.
and they're on the
Steven-
power play. And they're on the power
Yeah.
play.
He's
Have
a-
they lost any faceoffs on that power play?
He's a GD.
You know what the
joke.
face-off percentage was through 2 periods?
What
Here we
was it?
go.
What was it?
79-21.
Oh, so horrible.
And you're
Tampa?
winning 4 to
God.
1?
What do you mean
Yeah.
so horrible? 79%?
So horrible.
Tampa?
Yeah,
What,
you're
Tampa
saying
or
it's negative.
Philly?
Huh?
Oh,
Tampa
Tampa
or
has
Philly?
79.
No. Philly won 79%
Oh.
of the face-offs.
And it's,
You're
and
winning
it's
4 to
and
1.
it's- and it's
Faceoffs don't matter.
4-1. So your entire theory
Yeah.
is just dissolved
What a
right
No,
in front
but
of
you
you.
just
All right.
said something
My
about the
beer.
face-offs.
My beer 4-5. Very good one.
I would love
I
to
wrote
be
you-
winning
I love
4-1
Roku,
with
4-5
a
also.
terrible.
Yeah.
I
What
would
a
I would love to
shit.
be
Yeah,
winning
no.
4-1 with a terrible face-off percentage right now.
Yeah, it'd be great. Steven, your gin.
My Roku Gin's 4-5. I freaking love it.
All right. Schwim, give your horrible rating for your team.
For my team or my
No,
beer?
his beer's delicious.
beer.
My beer is delicious. I like my beer better than,
I'm gonna say Shum's
Your
gonna
team.
call it 4.
huh? 4.0?
I'm gonna say you're gonna call it 4. Yeah. Am I right?
Okay.
All right.
Or am I right?
Sure.
Shorts guy.
Yellow flashing lights. I don't know, whatever I rate it, 4 or 5, whatever.
Yeah,
it's really
always.
good.
Schwim, take her home. How much does your team suck
No.
being on a 9-game win streak? Come on, hurry up.
No. 10-game win streak about to be, hopefully.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Oh, he just jinxed his own team.
I don't
Yes,
yeah,
he
no,
did.
It's gonna be
All right.
great. They're gonna get smoked. See you later.
Uh,